Thank you very much, viewer. Today we are joined by the General Manager of Rafiki Dtm, deposit-taking microfinance, which is promising to take this country's microfinance business into another new level. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. We're honored to be here.
Thank you. Now, please tell us what Rafiki Dtm is all about.
We are a deposit-taking microfinance, as the name says. If you do financial intermediation, in the sense you take deposits and take loans, you're essentially a bank. So we do the services the bank offer. We do financial intermediation. We take money from the public and lend the money to the public that needs it. Basically, that in a nutshell is what we are. But we participate. We participate in a market that is youth entrepreneurship development. That's a segment we want to serve, and serve them in various forms and shape.
What is the genesis of Rafiki Dtm?
Rafiki Dtm was an inception of Chase Bank recognizing that it needs to get into a market that's a global market, the global market space of the financial landscape. And that means getting into that space, we needed to get a vehicle that is acceptable within the majority of Kenyans, and which also will serve the majority of Kenyans in the right way. And that's when we said, let's get Rafiki to come and serve medium and small enterprises, to come and serve SME, to come and serve retail market, and also be able to serve. Chase Bank has a forte in SME, high net worths and corporates. We said within the market that Chase Bank is serving, let's serve the market that Chase Bank is not serving.
Now that we have Rafiki Dtm,
yes,
what is it that is different that Rafiki Dtm is bringing into the microfinance industry, other than all the other players have been bringing along?
The traditional microfinance is financial intermediation in the sense of empower the poor. But then we ask ourselves, what does that mean? If you're not participating in healthcare, if you're not participating in housing, if you're not participating in education. And that's why we're saying our real impact, and what we want to be remembered for is having an impact in those three subjects. And that's why today we stand in launching a housing value proposition that nobody has launched. We are going to finance people who have land but do not have title deeds, because we know those are the things that drive the majority of Kenyans. Kenyans own land but they do not have title deeds. No bank will give you money if you want to construct on land without a title deed. We are saying we are going to invest in them, because these people, we know there are many Kenyans that actually own the land and they have stable ownership, in the sense that land is under no dispute, is identifiable to them, but they actually do not have title deeds. And that's why we are saying we'll participate in that space very, very heavily. We actually want to be the alternative provider of housing for the Kenyans as a financier. Then our space, we are doing a lot of research in education and healthcare to see what are the measures that we need to bring into the market to actually participate in that space in a manner that is different. We do not want to, today, if you were to say how many Kenyans have a medical cover, it's a small portion, it's an extremely small portion of Kenyans. How are we going to change this? We cannot use the same old things that we've done and expect a different result. That's why we are saying we'll spend research. For the housing, to tell you the truth, we spent 2 years, before even we started the company Rafiki, we were actually researching on what we need to do in housing. And how do Kenyans get to own homes when they do?
About partnership,
yeah.
It's like most Kenyans are skeptical when it comes to new banks in the market, and so what would you tell Kenyans that are skeptical? We might put all our money in this new bank and then it falls up, or what is your capital base?
Very good question. The thing is, Rafiki actually is not new. Rafiki is new in a new business frontier. It's actually Chase Bank getting into a new business frontier. Chase Bank has been in the market over 16 years now, for 45 billion total assets, capital in excess of 3 billion, and growing actually with extremely huge plans to take this capital to more than double of what it is today in the next few months. We're not actually new. We've been tried and tested. Only we are now being tried and tested in a different market. That's the whole difference. With a new brand that's called Rafiki, but in extension, we are Chase Bank Kenya. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how would you assure the people you want to invest in the bank
Rafiki is governed or regulated by the Central Bank of Kenya, and I'll tell you, getting that license is not a walk in the park. You spend a month and a half of requirements and checks and all this, and it's a good job the Central Bank of Kenya is doing to ensure we don't have into this space. And that's why actually we were the last DTM to be licensed. The licensing was done in June last year. Nobody else has received a license since. So that gives us it gives the public the comfort that the central bank today, and actually think about it, when is the last time we had a bank fold? It's been a while, and partly because the central bank is coming with prudential guidelines which also govern us. We have very stringent regulations. We're reporting on a daily basis. Our books are being checked on a daily basis. There is no being reckless. All the products, we've launched housing products today. We had to get approval from central bank to come and launch this product. So I did not launch a product that will come and fleece the mass public. I've launched a product that's been tried and reviewed by Central Bank of Kenya that is feasible, that is sustainable, that's functional. So we are a safe, secure place to invest your money in. Yeah.
Now, how is Rafiki coming in when it comes to, provision of mortgage and is this one of their core packages? This
is coming 1 year into our business, but due to the nature and demand, it's growing. It's going to grow very rapidly. That we know, because we are solving a problem. We are solving a problem. We are trying to satisfy a need, and it cuts across. I'll tell you, somebody who needs a shelter of 20,000 shillings than of clay, if you want mud, and we think it meets particular specifications, we'll give them the money. That's how low we are willing to go, and we are willing to go all the way to the middle class, where it's 7.5 million shillings. So we've opened our minds that to solve this problem, you have to have a multifaceted approach to it. Get business partners that can supply homes, get housing support services internally or capacity to actually encourage people to do self-build. And when you're doing that, when you're encouraging people to do self-build, you're also doing that within controls of a trusted hand. And these are an architect at a very inexpensive prices. We've sourced the best we can and put them together. And why we put them together is because we know with the skill set we have and a pre-negotiated rate, you're able to build your home very inexpensively. Say, for example, if somebody wants to put up a home for 1 million shillings, we'll have the architect, of course, there's a design of a house. There are standard designs, but we're not limiting people to the standard designs. You're saying your house can be tweaked.
Well, we've been talking to Mr. George Bira, the General Manager of Rafiki Dtm Bank, and it has been a pleasure. These people are promising to take the microfinance business industry into another level.